Hey HCR, it's Pain Machine. Thanks so much for taking a minute to just review a couple of things. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I really appreciate everything that you guys do every single day to make our alliance better and stronger. So thank you, and let's dive right in. So let's real quick just talk about what the world looks like here in the game. You can see we have this area where we've all kind of clustered up. This is called our hive. And what's really important to keep in mind here is you're moving your bases around is we're trying to line up on this grid. And you can see there's a couple of bases that are just a little staggered. It's not the end of the world, but as much as possible, we want to be lined up on this grid. We don't want to leave any open gaps. And the reason for that is once we go to battle with other servers, they're trying to get really close to the mud, or what is maybe more technically known as the capital zone. But this whole area during battle days becomes a war zone. Other servers are trying to take over our capital, or maybe we're trying to take over theirs. And so the first thing that they do is attack these cannons, and once they capture those, then they're able to try and attack our capital. However, the only way they can get to those is by planting their base somewhere and sending troops in. And so generally what they do is they will try and find open gaps in our base formations and squeeze into those gaps to get closer. So it's really, really important that we kind of create a solid wall. And you can see that across the board, other alliances are doing that. You know, this alliance right here, look how clean their grid is. That looks really, really good. Even they're not perfect, but they're pretty good. We want to make sure that as much as possible, we're doing our part to keep the capital safe. So that's super, super important. One other thing that I'll talk about here in the world that is important is we have territories that we own on the far east side of the map. These 4 territories, we currently have villages here, and having these villages does something for us. If you click on it, you can see this gives us a boost in our food output. So a couple of these are giving us a food boost. A couple of them are giving us a boost in other materials. So it's just good for us to have these territories. And as we get stronger and stronger, we might get the okay from our server leadership to move closer and closer to the center of the map. But right now, we're only ranked 17th, guys. So you can kind of see some of these other alliances have the primo real estate. We'll get there eventually. But right now, we're just going to hold those 4 things. Okay, that's a quick outline of our hive and what that looks like. On the next video, I'll talk a little bit about how you should actually set up your base itself. So check that for more info.